Folks, is Nikola Jokic the best player we've ever seen? I mean, he just keeps setting the bar higher and higher. Unbelievable performance last night. We're going to talk about it next here on Locked On Nuggets.
You are Locked On Nuggets, your daily Denver Nuggets podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome into Locked On Nuggets, your daily Denver Nuggets podcast, part of the Locked On Network, your team every day. Thanks for making us your first listen and being an everydayer here as we talk about Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Second night of a back-to-back. Who knows if they're going to rest him? Matt Moore campaigned last night that he should rest. He should sit on the second night of a back-to-back. No, good, sir. We're going to see a 55-point masterclass from the best player in the world. My name is Ryan Blackburn, host here at Locked On Nuggets, also over at Mile High Sports. He is Swipa over at the Swipa YouTube channel, over at Player's Choice, doing NFL, NBA, everything in between. This podcast, as you guys know, is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Head on over to FanDuel.com to get started. All right, Swipa, I mean, where do you even want to start with this thing, man?
This is Brian. This is crazy, bro. Like, I mean, I love numbers and synergy and analytics and court data, and I love drawing up plays. I got my board over here. I mean, but legitimately, y'all, like, I just told Ryan off air. I think it doesn't sound correct, but this is true. I want y'all to know, audience. Jokic this season from two this season. Jokic is 101 of 129.
It's 28 shots.
He's made 101 two-pointers and missed 28. Jokic this year is literally breaking basketball. And I know, like, a lot of that is just like, a lot of that is just like, well, we hear that all the time. Like, just players breaking basketball. Like, we hear these phrases. Jokic is literally, y'all, I'm saying, like, actually, like, he's if basketball is a box and basketball has like a bunch of items in it, and then you pick up the box and then you just shake it, he's broke everything in it because it's unprecedented, you all. Like, unprecedented that you would get a player that is this dominant, this good, this consistent, this willing to do anything and everything to get better for his team. And it seems like he reaches a max. Literally at some point in time, it feels like we're supposed to get a max out. Like, Ryan, last year we said that's the best offensive season we've ever seen. 29.6, 13 rebounds, 10.2 assists, 2 steals. He shot 62% from 2, 44% from 3 without 22 heaves, 80% from the line. And so it was like, all right, cool. But Ryan, we had 28, and remember, 28, 10 and 8, and then the Ryan Blackburn year. Yeah. The 27, 14, and 8. Yeah. Then we had 25, 12, and 10 on 70 true shooting. The first ever 20 points per game, 70 true shooting ever. And then won the championship on 30, 13, and 10 on 63 true shooting, and then averaged 30, 14, and 7 in the finals. And we was like, oh, my God. And then you got 24, 26, 12, and 9, but really good defensive year. And it's like, oh, wow, MVP. And then you get, the team is like discombobulated. The ownership and the management and the coach all have different vision of what's supposed to happen. Well, I guess I'll pick up the slack. And then you get 30, 13, and 10 in 70 games.
70.
And it's like, all right, well, just okay, Jokic's just going to chill. Me and Ryan are talking about pre-season. Like, hey, he's going to take a little bit of step-back role this year, 22, 24. And the dude just like is, no, I'm going to have my best defensive season ever. I'm going to have my best offensive season ever. Ryan, 77 true shooting on 29 points a game. Ryan, he had 52 points and 11 rebounds and 6 assists.
You're missing your
three
mic.
quarters. 52, 11, and 6 in 3 quarters on 92 true shooting versus Zubac.
Yeah, I mean, these are good players, man. The Clippers last year were like second in the NBA in defense. They were like Ivica Zubac, like in the first round of the playoffs, he did a great job against Joker. He was fantastic against Joker, just matching up with him physically. They did a lot of great things. They were able to load up on the Nuggets, obviously, because they didn't have a lot of spacing, didn't have a lot of health. But like Zoo was so good last year against Joker in the playoffs. It didn't ultimately matter because Denver was able to move on. But they're a good team, or at least they should be. They're 3-8 to start this season. That's another story. The Clippers suck. But like, this is a team that should be able to guard him. In his postgame tonight, Ty Lue said that their plan was to make Jokic into a scorer. Was to make Jokic into a scorer. They're going to try to take away the passing, going to try to take away the assist. It's a game plan that we've seen a lot of people try to do. And tonight, Joker was not having any of it. Not a single bit. He didn't let them off the hook at all. And you noticed it early because, okay, you get the injuries that happen. We'll go over that later. But you get the injuries that happen in the first quarter. And I think he turned around and he looked at it. It's like, we're not playing great basketball right now. I need to really turn it up. I really need to keep us alive in this game so that we can get back to playing great basketball. And they did. But until that point, like he had 33 in the first half, just raining hellfire from 3, making every shot in sight, getting to the free throw line, being aggressive. And that's because like you got one-on-one coverage. Like, well, you're gonna let him see the same guy over and over and over and over and over again every single time.
It's
actually gonna cook.
Ryan, this Jake Coyne, the Stat Squatch. Another Stat Squatch is dropped.
Man,
he just tweeted. In NBA history, only one player has ever done each of these in the same season: a 50-point game, a 30, 15, and 15 game, and a 25-point game without attempting a single free throw. That player is Nikola Jokic, who did each of those things in the last 8 days. Like, Ryan, what is happening? Like, I just, like, legitimately, in November of this month, Ryan, he's averaging 36 points.
Hey, I thought he wasn't a scorer, Swipa. I thought he wasn't a scorer, man.
Ryan, in November of the Lord's year of 2025, he's averaging 36 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals. He's shooting 74% from the field, 56% from 3, 86% from the line on an 83 true shooting for the month. And the Nuggets have won 6 straight games.
It's unbelievable. Like,
I'm telling you, man, this is like, Ryan, I'm a little older. I watched Jordan. Yeah. I watched late 90s Jordan. Couldn't find a bigger fan. You couldn't find a bigger fan of Michael Jordan than me as a kid. I loved him. I had his Airness documentary.
Got him on the wall.
I just love it. Like you see somebody like this is my GOAT. I watched LeBron James from his junior year of high school. I watched him play versus Carmelo Anthony, Oak Hill versus St. Mary, St. Vincent. I knew he was number 1 overall pick. I was rooting for Denver to get him. I watched him. I watched Shaq in the 2000s, Ryan. I saw Shaq and Kobe. Ryan, I legitimately have never seen anything like Jokic in my life, dude. In my life. And every single time we think he's surely this is the end of the peak. Like a lot of y'all, you might not be like Bible people. There's a story about Elijah where he tells a woman to fill up her tub with oil, and like literally said, like, I only have a corner oil left. So she starts turning it, and then it just keeps flowing in the story. And I'm like, literally, Jokic is like, oh, I'm gonna keep getting better, and then like, oh wow, like that's a lot. Like the bin is full, Jokic, and he's like, no, get another bin.
More. I got one more in me.
I got another year. I got another level. I got another level I can get to. And Ryan, I get that people want to enjoy the best player in the world talk. We'll talk about this more on the other side. people want to enjoy the best player in the world talks, man. But Ryan, I don't. What can't he do at this point?
I mean, we've seen the hezzy tween. So like, I don't know what it is. Like, I think in the words of Stephen A, jump over a curb, but like, I don't know, man. He got, like, the funny thing is, like, and we'll again talk about this more on the other side, but like, he runs down the floor, beats Ivica Zubac down the floor in the first quarter, gets down the floor, gets a dunk. And it's got to be the most demoralizing thing for a defense, that after all the work that you do, after all the work that you have to do in the half court against Joker, after how big he is, how you think he's slow, he still finds a way oftentimes to just get free in these situations because he's so smart, he's so coordinated, and it's just, it's unbelievable, man. Like, okay, let's take a break. On the other side, we'll talk about more plays from this game. I want to ask, is this the best Jokic game we've ever seen? No. It's got a case. It's got a case.
Gosh, yeah.
I mean, there's other stats. Like, believe me, there's other stats. There's other games, but like
Ryan
this
got
one,
the stats. Yeah, for sure.
Really great moment. But there's a lot of things that we can get to. Let's do that on the other side here on Locked On Nuggets. The NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you miss the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Those who follow me on multiple platforms know that I was touting that Jokic 30-plus points line tonight, and I think it finished before the game at plus 240 or somewhere around there. Ridiculous that it was that high. Like, Jokic was obviously going to cook in this game, and he got that in the first half. Keeping games exciting, especially when your team's making that push, and the Nuggets sure did tonight. Right now, FanDuel is giving you customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head on over to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. We are also brought to you today by BILT. Nobody likes paying rent, but if you must, you might as well get something for it. That's where BILT comes in. BILT is changing the game by turning your rent payment into real rewards you can actually use. When you pay rent through BILT, you can earn flexible points that can be redeemed towards hundreds of hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. But BILT isn't just about rent. It's about rewarding you for your entire neighborhood. I love that with BILT, your rent finally works for you. You're earning points every single month on something that you already have to pay. BILT has made everyday life feel more rewarding, from your neighborhood to your travel plans. Join your rent and turn your rent into rewards and start earning points around your neighborhood by going to joinbilt.com/LockedOnNBA. That's joinbilt.com/LockedOnNBA. Make sure that they use that link so they know that we sent you. We'll be right back on Locked On Nuggets. All right, we are back, Locked On Nuggets. Thank you so much for tuning into the show, folks. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Would really, really appreciate it. Swipa, we got to talk more about this Jokic game. This was unbelievable. Do you have a favorite moment from this game? Do you have a favorite play from this game that really stands out? Because mine was the sky floater.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to think, have I seen Jokic shoot a higher floater before? And what's funny is Jokic, last year, his touch was like off all year. Like, he couldn't, his shot was off in the paint, that area that he dominates. It was probably, bro, right before halftime. Zubac, what they did was, there's like kind of a pin down style defense you can run where Zoo was stationary under right by the rim, because what the Nuggets were trying to get like a pin down switch. And so instead of running that pin down switch, like, you know, where Jokic will get a screen set for him and then he'll run off that screen and then he'll set another screen that leads either to a roll or to a pop for Jokic. Ty Lue and Zoo tried to scheme it by having him be in the paint. That way you can't get that screen off, you can't get a switch, you delay the action. Well, Jokic was like, okay, well, the rim's an ocean right now. So yeah. They just passing the ball. He sees Zubac is like 8 feet away from him. He'd already made a couple threes by this point, by the way. Yeah. He sees Zubac is away from him, and then he just like steps in, his right foot was planted, stepped in with his left foot, swag. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, this dude's going nuts. 25 points in the first quarter. By the way, 25 points in the first quarter is the most points ever for a center in NBA history in an opening quarter of a game.
That's pretty good. That's talk about a scorer right there. Talk about somebody who probably isn't known as much like nationally for like his scoring prowess, his scoring ability, his overall volume scoring. Like he can do it. He can turn it on when he needs to. And this was a great example of it tonight. That footwork that you're talking about on that three, by the way, just ridiculous. Like nobody does that where, okay, you're not squared up, but it's just calm. It's easy one dribble. Like you get yourself squared up and then you shoot. Like centers don't do that. It's very abnormal. It's the only other guy that could really do that is Karl Anthony Towns. And like, he doesn't do it as regularly as Joker does right now. So it's been great to watch. He had the poise. He had the moments. He did everything that he was supposed to do in this one. Had to kind of take over at various points because the Nuggets started slow. Jamal Murray really started slow in this game. Actually, before we get to Jamal Murray, I said, is this the best Jokic game that you've ever seen? I don't think it's the best one that I've ever seen because he's set the bar so high before. But is there another one that like stands out, or is this like not even in the top 5 for you?
I mean, there's just so many, like the Clippers announcers were even talking about when Jokic came back from COVID in 22, the 45-point game that he had, 43-point game, remember, versus the Clippers where they passed out to Aaron Gordon in the corner?
Yeah. Oh, that was like a 49-point triple-double or something like that. That was sick. That was 2022, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, by the way, you just brought that up. He has about 8 of these versus the Pelicans. We just forget all about all of them.
I mean, we can forget about him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although except for that 30-point fourth quarter that he had.
Yeah. Which, fourth quarter and overtime.
Like 30 points in the fourth quarter. I'm not sure why. Like that's another. Oh, you're right. It was fourth quarter and OT. I need to
Yeah. I remember that game, and that was when what's the dude's name? That his father,
Larry Nance.
Larry Nance said that was the best game he's ever seen from anybody.
Yeah. I mean, testimonials right there.
I think for me, it's not the best game. It's probably just the most wake up. I mean, Jokic scored 61 last year. He scored 53 in a playoff game before, and so it's like we've seen him do this, but this was kind of like the most easy. And I don't know. I don't know if you can ask him this next time you see him. He's not going to admit it. So don't ask him because he's not going to say anything about it. I think there's something to he struggled versus Zoo last year and was like, okay, no. Like, I'm letting you know today, if I see you again, I'm going to do this to you again. If I see you in a playoff series, Ty Lue, Zoo, Brooke, bring your mama if you want. I'm going to do this to you again. And what's funny is they went and got Brooke Lopez for this game, for this matchup. And he immediately had Brooke in hell. Brooke's 3,005 minutes. He's been in hell to start the season, to be fair, but like this is kind of the nail in the coffin for that signing, I think. Dude, where would this rank? Is this even in your top 5, 10?
It's close. Like, you think about how many times, like, this was 52 and 3/4. Like, it's like you say that out loud. He didn't even need to come back in the fourth quarter. You think about what he did through the first 3, and like it was unbelievable. It was not just like it was inevitable because he would get to his spots no matter where it was on the floor. He just picked and chose a spot throughout the game. It's like, okay, I like that one tonight, and I'm gonna shoot from there. And he made all of them. He made all of them count. Like, this is just it's. We try on this program to properly value what Jokic does. Like we try to, especially you, I think, do a really good job of reinforcing how amazing this is, how valuable this is, how incredible this is, and that we're never, ever going to see like this again. To me, this was the one where it really hit home. Like I've had those moments before, but like after all of the amazing games that he's had in a row so far this season, to top it off with this one, in this situation, second night of a back-to-back, what is he? He had like 90 points combined in the last 24 hours. It's crazy.
Come on, Ryan. Look, Jokic in a back-to-back. I
saw that stat that they flashed on Altitude tonight. That was sick.
45 points in the last 2 games, 13.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 81 from the field, 75% from 3, 84 from the line, and 89 true shooting. 45 points and 89 true shooting in back-to-back games on a back-to-back.
Back-to-back. Like, you're supposed to be tired. You're supposed to be gassed. And like, this is, frankly, this is the value of having Jonas
Valanciunas, bro. Oh,
like, I mean, bow down. Like that. It's amazing what a good center can do for your team. What a good backup center can do for a guy like Joker. Shout out Calvin Booth, man. just a
Did you see what Ty Lue said?
What?
So he was asked by Joey Lynn. He is the Clippers beat writer on SI. And he basically was asking him a question just about like the game or whatever. Ty Lue said that our game plan was to make him score and take away his passing.
I said this earlier. You're tired. I said,
I'm sorry. No, I'm not tired at all. I just must have missed it.
And I said that exact thing.
Oh, I didn't think you scored 50. No, I'm not tired at all. I'm just in disbelief. So if I missed it, I'm sorry. I'm just legitimately in disbelief about what we're witnessing right now.
It's amazing. Like, I mean, look, I don't think that Ty Lue thought he was going to put up 50 in 3 quarters, and I don't blame him for that. But like, look, this is the level that Joker can get to. This is the level that he can provide. And on a night where the Nuggets had a variety of things that went wrong, he stabilized everything, helped it go right, helped them like get their feet under them. And then there were other reasons to be excited after that. Why don't we get to that now? We've spent a lot of time talking about Joker. Let's take the last segment. We're going to talk about literally everything else that happened in the game, and we'll kind of go over some of these other moments. We'll do that next here on Locked On Nuggets. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for just $15 a month. Mint makes it simple. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can even bring your own phone and keep your same number and contacts. I love that what you're getting is the same quality service you had before, but for a fraction of the price. The setup is super easy. You just keep your number and then you're running in minutes. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/lockedonnba. That's mintmobile.com/lockedonnba. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 per month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigs on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. We'll be right back on Locked On Nuggets. All right, final segment, Locked On Nuggets. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Thanks for being an everydayer, checking out with us. We've had a couple of late nights on Locked On Nuggets over the course of these last couple. This West Coast schedule, especially when it's a 9 o'clock start Mountain Time, NBC, even later for some folks. I know we're probably just talking madness for the folks that are in Europe, that are in Serbia, that are doing this on a consistent basis. But for us, normal human, like it's hard, guys. It's hard. It's very difficult. But we've got plenty more to discuss here, Swipa. Let's talk about kind of why things got to the place where Jokic had to score 55 points. Christian Braun goes down with an injury. Cam Johnson goes down with an injury. Those both affected the game plan. We'll get to those kind of at the end. But Jamal Murray also had a bad game. I thought that Aaron Gordon was good, but Jamal Murray for the first 3 quarters of this game was pretty bad until the final play of the third quarter, where he got a nice little buzzer beater, passing David Thompson all time on, I think, 6th on the Nuggets scoring list. So congrats to Jamal. Unfortunate that moment is now pushed to segment 3 because we just saw from Joker. But he deserves the credit for sure. What did you notice from the rest of the group, and sort of where we had to get to this point where Joker was scoring 55?
Well, it's just the game flow. I think the defense started off horrifically, and I think that was really the biggest thing. I think, and just to be clear too, I think this was also just in desperation by the Clippers because they've lost 5 in a row, and they started swacking threes. I think they shot 59% in the first half, something like that.
They were 9 of 14 to start the game. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think the Nuggets were coming off the back-to-back. I think they seem to be laboring a little bit just in terms of getting some of their energy together. Christian actually I thought was playing well defensively on James Harden. That's why it was kind of like when he went out, it was very noticeable. The starters were playing well. They left the first quarter up 39-35 for context when Jokic went out. But then I think the Clippers went on, I believe, they went on a 17-4 run.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's kind of when everything went haywire. So I think the bench unit versus a very hot shooting Clippers team and the defense was getting to them, I think they just kind of spazzed out, and that really lost them the game at the time. And then Jokic came back in, they stabilized, they got it real close again. And then I think the Jamal Murray had the turnover and all that other stuff at the first quarter. I mean, it was just whatever.
Yeah.
But I do think that it just took them a minute to settle into it. And like I said, I think there's something to playing versus a desperate team. Like, you don't want to lose 6 straight, especially at home, and no matter if you have Kawhi out or not. So they just responded, man. And I think, once Christian Braun went down and Cam, he was already in the flow, but it was kind of like, okay, this is what we need, for us to be able to win tonight. I think if Jamal has a better game, he doesn't do that because he just doesn't need to have the ball in his hands as much as he did.
Yeah.
But I also think it was just the matchups too. Like, it was very clear single coverage on Jokic today. Like, they were determined that we were not going to let him do any playmaking. But I will say, bro, I think this team would be noticeably worse. And they wouldn't have won maybe 2 games they've won so far if Tim Hardaway Jr. was not on this roster.
Undoubtedly, that dude, he just keeps making important plays, and whether it was in the second quarter, kind of keeping them alive. Third quarter, especially, he started that quarter along with Spencer Jones, who deserves a lot of credit too. Yeah. Tim Hardaway comes in, another 12 points, 3 of 5 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 3 assists, a steal, was plus 24 in his 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Just continues to play valuable basketball for what this Nuggets team needs. They've got the mechanics of the interior offense. It's just about having a mechanism for perimeter play, somebody to space, somebody to take advantage of the opportunities when when they're leaving the shooting guard wide open. And so far, Christian hasn't yet done that. It was a scare, obviously, so we're glad he was at least able to get back on the court. But he hadn't played well from a three-point shooting perspective for much of the year. So it really is noticeable when Denver has that other three-point shooter out there who's willing to fire and willing to do all of the things that a spacer needs to do. So shout out to Tim.
And this is also why it's important to have veterans. Tim is extremely intelligent. And that's probably the thing I've loved most about Tim so far. One of the things he does, bro, Jokic, he leverages everything so well. And literally in this game, Tim got a corner 3 off of Jokic, just knowing where he needs to be. But the prettiest one was, and by the way, that was another one of those catch high, release high threes that he had when he got the and one play on. Yeah. But then Jokic was on the left post, and Tim kind of sailed through. He cleared out, sailed through the middle of the paint. And there was a Nuggets player kind of right to his right, but it didn't matter. Jokic just threw the ball to him. And I'm talking about Cam about a foot behind the three-point line. Swack. And I'm just like, dude, that's the difference. Having that option for Jokic and Murray, that right there is going to change the dynamic of how you're guarding Denver.
It's been awesome. It's just such a change of pace from what they usually have. Mm-hmm. And it's like you want a bunch of guys with a bunch of different skill sets. And so he overlaps really nicely with what the Nuggets are trying to do. Shout out Spencer Jones. You need to bring energy. You need to bring defense in this particular matchup. Played physically, had 5 fouls, only took 1 shot. It did not matter. He disrupted James Harden's flow at least a little bit in that third quarter, allowed the Nuggets to get out and run, was playing physical defense, and then switching on to other people as well. It was really, really impressive to see. Spencer Jones probably going to be counted upon in these upcoming games if we have some absences going forward.
Yeah, he is his defensive aggressive, and again, the Nuggets, they might still be 2 after tonight, but we'll see. Their defense has been top 2 for a reason. Yeah. I think Bruce Brown, Spencer Jones, Peyton Watson, Christian Braun, Jokic, one of the things they're doing that's setting the tone is they are aggressive as crap. And Spencer Jones is like recklessly aggressive. You know what I mean? He is Lou Dort. Like, he is going to get in your grill. But the thing is, you can only call that foul but so many times. And what happened is James Harden, at some point after the first 2 fouls he got, including a three-pointer, Spencer just got right in his lap and ripped him. And it was just like, look, like, you know, I'm going to play this way the whole game. You're going to have to adjust. I'm not going to adjust. If I foul out, I foul out. They don't need me in this game. I'm going to sell out these possessions. And Spencer Jones and Bruce Brown in particular, bro, their screen navigation too, especially Bruce's, has been so key this season. Again, bro, it's like we speculated it could be a top 12 defense. Bro, they legitimately might finish higher than we thought.
Now, the Clippers, they slowed down a lot from a three-point perspective. They still probably missed a fair amount of threes after that kind of, like, certainly in the second half. They could have finished better than they actually did. And yet the Nuggets are disrupting teams. They're like one of the reasons why their 3-point percentage defense is so good is because they often force the ball to non-factors on the opposing team, guys who you want to shoot those threes. That's smart. It's high IQ defense. You're cutting off the easy stuff, making them make the hard plays. And that's all you could really ask for. Like, you can't give up. You can't take away everything. You have to give up something. So if they give up some open threes every now and then so be it. But so far it has really helped them. Any final thoughts before we get to Christian Braun, Cam Johnson injuries?
No, we should get to that.
Okay. So Cam Johnson, he raises his arm going for a rebound. He's battling Ivica Zubac for a rebound. And we believe that's when he injured it. It looked like he was either holding his elbow or his wrist, or it was hard to tell, but it turns out it's a right arm strain, I believe is what they are calling it. We'll get more details on that going forward. I don't expect that to be a long absence, but like, could he be out for a week? Sure, it absolutely could. The Christian Braun one to me is a little bit more, it was certainly more scary in the moments. There were a lot of people that were like saying the word Achilles in my comments, and it scared the ever-loving hell out of me. Fortunately, he was, after sustaining the injury, was kind of stepping his foot backwards, and in that deceleration, or the like negative step that you sometimes see guys take, that's where it causes it a lot of the time. Fortunately, he was able to come back into the game. He was talking with Jokic on the sidelines, came back into the game, clearly laboring though, clearly hurt, and they ultimately pulled him out of the game. He never returned after that. Your initial thoughts kind of on those injuries and just where the Nuggets should go from here?
Yeah, I think just let them rest. You know, I think this is why you have depth. You know, Julian Strawther is going to play. Spencer Jones is going to play. Tim Hardaway Jr. You're going to play more. Hey, buddy, you ready to start? You know, get out there and go. And I'm not going to lie. They play versus the Wolves next. I kind of like Tim Hardaway Jr., you know, being out there. That way when the Wolves can't just do what they normally do, you know, and just play, oh, Christian. We're not worried about that. Yeah, I think Peyton gets more time. Spencer gets more time. Tim gets more time. Julian fills in those minutes. But I think this is why you have an open roster spot too. You know, I think this is where, you know, you sent something in the chat about a certain player that is on the bench somewhere. I'm not gonna lie to you,
we mentioned him last night as well. It's Keon Ellis for what it's worth. The Kings are clearly in free fall, and I would love to see if Denver could go get Keon Ellis.
Would you do a Zeke Naji swap with like attach a pick swap with it?
Of course. I mean, like,
that's what it would take.
Yes, there is some danger in giving up one of your bigs and going super guard heavy, but like, if you believe that Jokic and Valanciunas are going to be out there for most, or if not all the time, then like, I don't see any reason why you can't do that. But like, I don't want to get people too over their skis on something like this, because like, Keon's probably not getting traded to the Nuggets, but keep in mind that if these are longer term injuries, then maybe you see Denver get a little bit more aggressive. And like you mentioned, they could just fill that 15th roster spot with it.
Yeah, so we'll see. I do think that's going to be the thing I would hope that, or potentially they're looking at to fill. So, but I don't know. Like I said, hopefully these are very low maintenance injuries. Cam, so I saw Cam the second time. He actually heard it before that. He was like shaking at it, and then he kind of hurt again on the rebound opportunity. So, I mean, hopefully that's just more of like a bruise or whatever. It's not like anything crazy, but they don't play till Saturday, thankfully, so we'll get a little bit of time to rest.
Yeah, get a little bit of time, rest up. Tomorrow's definitely a blackout day for them. They're not going to do anything. They if maybe they'll even fly, who knows? But they'll probably just spend an extra day in LA. And if that's the case, go crazy, guys. They've 6-game win streak. They've absolutely earned it.
Yeah, you think are we headed into a gladiator fight? Are these the two clear best teams? OKC, who decimated the Lakers tonight in Denver?
Yeah, like it's amazing. I actually like it that they don't play each other for a long time.
February.
It's February 1st is the first day. It's on NBC. It's like a Sunday night. It is going to be a world-class event when they actually finally kick off against each other, because these teams are probably going to win. Like OKC might win 70 games. Denver might win 60. Like these are clearly the two best teams in the NBA right now. And it's going to be an absolute fireworks show when they play.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Gonna be fun. Everybody, that is going to do it for tonight's episode of Locked On Nuggets. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Thanks for being an everydayer. Make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button on the way out. We will talk to you guys very soon.